Each year, freshmen go into college with one goal: to graduate. And for many, having that dream come true is exciting until they see how much they actually have to spend in student loans to get there. Now, when Alaina Curry looked into what was almost $90,000 of debt, she said, okay, it's going to be all right. She paid it off, and she's here to talk about it and share how we can as well. Hello to you, Alaina.
Hi, so excited.
So glad to have you here. So tell me, what was your reaction when you realized how much you owed back for getting this degree?
Yeah, I was terrified, honestly, very overwhelmed, and it felt very impossible to pay off. For sure.
Oh my goodness, I can only imagine. It feels almost like a weight is on your shoulders and you just can't push it off. And many people choose to keep making those minimum payments. Unfortunately, it does not put the dent into it that we think it does. And so what made you want to just pay it off as a whole?
Yeah, I think the main thing was peace of mind. Like I said, I was very terrified. This was a topic that everyone said was impossible, you can't do. And so I really wanted to accomplish a task that would give me peace of mind, just change the trajectory of my life.
I will say, you have completed quite the task indeed. A lot of people struggle with this, so we're really excited to get your advice for people who want to pay off their loans. You say to know their numbers, though. What does that mean?
Yes, when I started to pay off debt, I didn't know how much I owed. I didn't know what my interest rates were. And so I think the first step is having wisdom. And so finding out how much you owe, when are the interest numbers, and what are the due dates, I think is a powerful start.
That's a big one, especially knowing your interest rate, because that's one that just kind of slides right by you. But every month when you get charged, it's like, okay, maybe I should be paying attention to it. Next, you say to pay off, choose your payoff strategy. What exactly does that look like, and what strategies are there?
Yeah, so there's a lot of financial advice out there, but two that are very popular is the snowball method, where you are paying your lowest payment first, and that's what I personally chose to do. And then there's a debt avalanche method, where you pay off your largest interest rate. And so I think those are really good strategies to start with to pay it off.
Yeah, absolutely. You also say to find the extra. What does that mean?
Yes, so when I was paying off debt, I found any way to find extra money, whether it was a second job, whether it was using my tax refund, getting roommates, cutting back eating out, which is hard.
It's so hard. It is so hard. But you know what? When you're paying something down, it's like, okay, let me hunker down, because I will be free from this eventually. And usually when you do it in that way, because usually when you're making those minimum payments, it's not really budging. It usually comes back in interest anyway.
Absolutely.
But when you make those big chunks, it hurts for a little while.
Hurts.
It does, it does. But when you're free, you're like, okay, I'm so glad I did that. When you look back at it, how did paying off the student loans help you thrive in the long run?
Oh, it changed my life. One, it just helped me show that I could do something that felt impossible. I was able to buy a condo, which I never thought I could do.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I was
That's
able to
amazing.
step into entrepreneurship. So it really did change everything about how I was living.
Change your whole mindset when it
Yes,
comes to
for
money
sure.
in general.
Absolutely.
Very good. Okay, so what lessons did you learn from the journey? Anything you're holding on to? Are you still maybe looking for the extra?
Yeah, I think a budget. I know that's a cuss word for a lot of people, but it is so important to have a budget and know exactly where your money is going. And then I think the power of showing up for yourself, this really showed me that consistency is everything.
Yes, indeed. Do you think this experience has changed kind of how you look at student loans, or just loans in general? Do you think you would ever go into a bank and ask for one again, knowing that you can pay it down?
Yeah, I think student loans is can be a touchy subject, because there are a lot of systemic issues around student loans, but I think it showed me that we have more power than we think we do. And so just having a plan, a financial plan, and sticking to the plan, no matter what that is, you'll be successful.
Can I ask you, because you said what, it's 86, we said close to 90, but it's about 86, right? Duration. What are we talking?
It took about 4.5 years to pay that off.
So
and I'm
down.
a single person, so I didn't have any extra help.
So just single income?
Yes,
okay,
one
that's important to
income.
note, though. That's very important. That's still really good timing.
Yes, I was very aggressive.
What? Yeah, I know you were, girl. She said, I got to get this off me and for good.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for being here, Alaina. I think this is very relatable, this conversation, and a lot of people are in this space, and they're just starting to have to pay those loans back, and so this is a really good conversation to have.
Thank you for having me.